Good morning. Good morning, Tom here, working on Carpoon again. Last time you saw me kind of working on the enemy cars, going through different jumps and trying to balance out their speed so they always made it across. I was able to fix that. I think I was still a bit jet lagged at the time and getting the hang of trying to stream while working on a game, but diving in, I'll show you kind of where we're at right now. So now these lines kind of show the cars searching out different boost pads to go to as long as they're in that quarter they're in. Some of them seem to be parking now, as I had to fix it where when that first car was dropped into the lava, it wasn't showing the kind of frame of panic. That one. And I'll show the code after, but for some, before in the past on the inner jumps, like here, that had a different speed to go across to make it so for that quick turn, I kind of evened those all out, because now that whatever speed the car is going at, it'll be like the speed it has to be to make it across perfectly. Kind of just using Pythagoras theorem for triangles. And so that's all working now. And I had a problem before where the cars, part of it, like you see here, a car is kind of parked and it's kind of hard to push. They were kind of staying parked when they were moving around, so I was trying to fix that up. So I might be working on that a bit, but for the most part, it's going to be working on some different waves, which I'll show you. That's my quickest. Let's see. So I drew this the other day, the plan for different waves. That first wave, there's kind of two going around the top here and two at the bottom. If there's three players, is kind of it's just easier with a pen. It's going to be like if you have three players, you start getting more cars on the side with an if statement. And yeah, I just want to start going through these different waves I've planned out today. Some of them, like I have an idea for a bonus car to come in, and then hot sort of lava cars come in and attack you while you're going for the bonus car, worth a lot of points. I'll see if I can do that. And the crate copter thing. Come on. These crate copter things already exist. But I'll get started, and yeah, hopefully I think I have it set up I can test out, so it should be okay. So I did put some links in the description today, like if you want to join the Carpoon Discord for some multiplayer on the weekend or whatever. That's there to join in. I managed to wake up still at like 4 a.m. today from jet lag. I was hoping to sleep till 5. That's just the way it goes. It's nice though. There's no distractions in the morning. And I'll probably try one of these tomorrow evening. Although not too late, considering I think I fell asleep before 9 yesterday. So here is where I create all the waves. So the very first one is a fake wave to kind of drop a car in lava to kind of show that's one way to get rid of them. This is just a test wave I created the other day. Where is my true? Okay, this is the true first wave. So you see here, this is like if the player count is 3 or 4, it'll add more cars in. Um, so technically, I think I want one where they just roam around on the path. This is, or follow a path. This is more like just free roaming. What I might have to do later is if they're on a path and then you kind of go after them or harpoon them, that the cars then will start free roaming. If I can, I'll bring up the boost pad real quick to show what I ended up doing for the last one. And yeah, so this is basically what happened. One of the problems before is that I had two different types and kind of the speeds weren't the same. I could have gotten rid of them for now, but I kept it in case I had to do something later. But now they have like a maximum speed, and here using cosine and sine, they'll find out the x and y amount that they're moving at, and then sort of find the maximum speed that it should be and just minus the y or x component that they're moving at to kind of set it so they can make it across those jumps perfectly. So I'm going to try just to have 4 cars actually going around the edges instead of roaming around. I'll duplicate this one. I think here it's kind of wave one reel. I like how this always is easier to manage, like the different parts using the drag and drop code, but then it kind of gets too small always. The windows. Oh, good morning, Oscar. Congratulations on beating Fire Emblem 3 houses. That, to be honest, I haven't beaten a Fire Emblem. You do hear 3 houses is the one to play. Would you still, I guess you would recommend that one first out of any of them? I guess I was always like an Advance Wars type person. But no, congratulations, that's great. Like right now, I'm kind of interested in playing Mini Shoot Adventures, which is like a indie shoot 'em up, uh, like a shump, but in a Zelda dungeon crawling type framework. And it's definitely, I think there's a couple games I should catch up on soon, but there's always games to catch up. Okay. I think with all the games these days, I kind of appreciate anyone who can not be distracted and follow through and beating a game. I mean, especially with things like Game Pass, it's kind of there's a lot of choice out there now. It used to be different, like the N64 days. There was one game, and you played it for like half a year, and that was it. I guess if you had PlayStation, you would have a few more choices, but I don't know. Game consoles back then, as a kid, they were a lot to save up for and buy, so I only had one. So going to these paths now, they all these little things here, they make up the conveyor belts, and I have a few other path options for them that the car will just follow. But now I gotta find the names. I made something easier. I just made a bunch of points instead of trying to find the names each time, so I can kind of just write this, and it's a bit easier to see what's happening. Okay, Oscar, you say the Indie World presentation was awesome. Your favorite announcement was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Splintered Fate, and you watched the overview trailer of Endless Ocean Luminous. You know, I got the feeling that a lot of people liked that Turtles announcement after looking at it, and for me, I wasn't quite as excited because I love the 2D pixel art of the previous one that came out. But I think this one will be more of how does it handle in 3D. Like when I finally see how the gameplay is, and if it's still like tight controls and stuff, then I'll be a bit more excited. I'm sure it'll like handle well and stuff, but you know, I'm gonna wait and see on that one. And Endless Ocean Luminous, a lot of people aren't as excited for that game, but I'll give it a shot. Admittedly, I did miss out on the first Endless Ocean, but I love. As a kid, I always loved doing school projects on whales and marine mammals and different sea life. So maybe all kids do, but that's one reason I would like that game. Mostly with Indie World, it's nice to see all the different surprises of ones that we didn't know about before. Like, we hear a lot about high-profile games at times. One thing about Indie World, though, it didn't necessarily have as many of those. Like at SteamWorld Heist 2, that was a big announcement, but for me, I was a bit less excited about it because I haven't gotten into the SteamWorld series yet. But that's the thing. In a presentation, there's always different games for different people. It's not always just tailored to me. So here are path names. Inner loop. Which one is the outer loop? Why didn't I name the outer loop? I think I might have made a... Here's an example. Okay, this is me just dropping on them and not following a path because it's either parked, not parked, or a path name. Side paths, left loop, right loop, okay. Okay, Oscar, you pre-ordered Endless Ocean, Luminous, and Paper Mario: The 1,000-Year Door. I think that's a good point. I should probably actually pre-order 1,000-Year Door this time, considering I missed out on the GameCube era. And now, of course, it's hundreds of dollars. Unless, as I saw when I was in Japan, you can get Paper Mario Thousand Year Door for 2,300 yen, which, given the exchange rate, is less than $20. And there were two of them. I was like, oh, like, should I learn more Japanese here and just pick this up? But no, I ended up getting Star Fox Assault and a Japanese copy of Mario Kart Double Dash, because each of those were less than $20. And I don't have a Japanese GameCube, but I have the freeloader or whatever I had for Soul Calibur 2 a long time ago. And those are the ones I picked up. But no, this time, I'd say Thousand Year Door is the number one kind of AAA game on my radar. Somewhere hidden here, I have a bunch of the path names written down. But that's the thing, when I don't see it for a while, then I forget. I'll just go here, follow a path. I wonder if the outer path is even a loop, or is it just like, it might not be. Yeah, because I definitely I drew across an inner one, but on the outer one I was kind of relying on the cars just following the conveyor belts. Well, let's so I guess I do know that it mostly mostly works. I can just test it out. We'll do the corners one after this test wave. I kind of load in all the different waves in order here, and then so I had a whole bunch of different tests once I commented out for now. That's one thing about going back to something I did a long time ago. It's like, what did I do? How did I make this actually work? And then sometimes it doesn't make sense, and it's like, well, that's bad. So we'll just grab I guess, grab some points from the conveyor belt. This is handy, but I have to jump between windows. I wonder if I can just create like a fake little create a fake window for these. Oh wait. So I don't have to jump up and down. I'll just create an alarm that never does anything. There we go. I am wishing I could have slept that extra hour I wanted to today. I was kind of hoping to be a little bit more awake in the evening. Now, later today, I'll be picking up the Vancouver Sun Run race shirt and bib for Sunday. It's like a 10-kilometer run or 6 miles, but that one I'm just running to kind of run with my nephew and see how he does. It's pretty good for him to be running 10 kilometers already. The big next race for me will be the Vancouver Marathon on May 5th or something. Trying to make that way more obvious which one I should be in. One thing I have to figure out though, if these cars, they're just going to be moving along at the conveyor belt speed. If they are going to be moving faster, I need them to follow a path later on. Oh yeah, see this one was followed pass. I mean, gotta make sure all the variables are set up right, otherwise get the inevitable crash bug. I kind of expect one anyway, but I'll try to minimize it. Let's try it. Compile time, fortunately not too long. I was thinking I could have it read from a text file, but this is like the last set of waves, and I don't know if I'd have to do something special to have it to read like a different variable for if adding in a car with 3 or 4 players instead of the if statement I have. So I kind of just, well, a text file would be neat to do, and I guess easy to mod the game. I kind of just want to focus on the important things first. So that car missed. That car above hit. So I'll probably just have to adjust the position on that bottom car to bring out a third third controller. Or they're going with a jump and they're being pushed down a bit. Yeah, that's weird. They're just hopping. Is that not even? I think it is, but I think it's even, but I'll just put it down a bit. Turn on the grid. Yeah, it's on the same line. It's just maybe, oh, undo. So to find which path that is. So bottom left big path, yep. It's gonna ruin the curve a bit. I'll cheat and move it down slightly. Let's see if that works. Yeah, but the advantage of if I was just modifying a text file, then it'd be super easy to save it in a Steam folder and then do Steam remote play with people while modifying it. That'd be one neat benefit. Shoot, I gotta make it down. No, he missed again. Well, he got on it, but he kind of... It's like they're falling downwards a bit. I could angle them up slightly. That's weird. I'm back in a second getting coffee. Let's see, I want to see if the sun is sort of coming up now. Well, the next wave I want to do is 2 on the inside one, moving around. I'll test that out and see if they do a perfect loop. Otherwise, I'll have to draw a path for them to follow. And maybe I'll look into that boost pad later because that's a little bit more complicated. As I found last week dealing with them during stream, it's not so easy. Okay. So Oscar says tonight begins the Spring Fest in Splatoon 3. It's about cute animals. Which fuzzy fluffiness do you like the most? Baby chicks, little bunnies, or bear cubs? You chose Team Bunnies. Those are extremely cute. I haven't seen any. There's so many rabbits here in Richmond. I haven't seen any yet at the moment. But as a kid, we were in school and then at home later, we raised quails. And those are extremely cute as little chicks. Little how fuzzy they are and stuff. I did chickens once in school too. And those, I think, from personal experience, I do like the most. But yeah, bunnies, close second. Bear cubs, I'd not quite as cute, especially with the worrying about the mom nearby. Mostly because when I'm at the cabin and stuff, and it's like you see a bear, and then if they have cubs, the kind of danger amplifies because they'll protect the cubs. I kind of did the mistake last year of I saw a bear for the first time for a while I was biking, and I was like, oh, I'll take a photo. And eventually when I realized I was taking a photo of it, it scampered off pretty quick. Quicker than I expected. Like, you always know a bear moves fast, but to know that and actually see it are different things. I'm not sure if I'll have time for Splatfest this weekend because there's probably a couple indie games that I want to be checking out, like Yellow Taxi Goes Vroom. Well, here's a quick one I can test. I can test the wave 6 I want to do, where it's going to be 2 cars on the left side loop and 2 on the right side loop. Because I got them right here. I might just make that quickly. I'm going to have to name these different. Wave 6 outer loops. Each wave I can have it at a different time. I'm thinking of maybe making it so a wave can have cars drop in during a wave. That that's something I'll see later. Like for my plan at the end of this is maybe after the set amount of waves, there's just a time limit where what time you've earned up, you can just try to get as many cars as possible in the end and see if you can get a high score that way. Just whatever time you have left, more cars will keep coming in. So these ones will go put in the handy naming positions. Trying to get through as many of the different wave path setup as possible this morning. Like, I don't think I'll be perfect yet, but I'd rather, sometimes it's important just to get something in there. Can I just call it? I'll keep the name outer loops in there. It'll make it easier. I'll just put it first, see if it's working, and then add more cars in. Oh no, he's trying to find a boost pad again. So I'll have to disable that so just make sure they follow a path. So basically, wait, instead of good 2024. On Sunday, you're going to Nickelodeon Universe. Well, I haven't heard of one, but is it a bit like Universal Studios? Does it... So there's rides and characters. You know, that sounds like a fun time. And is it... If it's outdoors, I wish that you have good weather over there. With no rain. Now, you say the possibility to get the slime. Is that like one of the game show things, like with slime that kind of covers you and you just you get like a little slime, like just to bring home in a container. Like, I'm not saying you get slime, but you get to kind of like a souvenir. So here, I'm just trying to find out what code happens when they are when they're following a path. Because back here, I can check here. Follow path equals true. And then I have to have it so. Okay, follow path is false here. Maybe I'll say and follow path is false. And then they won't be looking for those boost pads. Okay, so actually it's an indoors theme park in the American Dream Mall in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Okay, well that's good. You don't have to worry about whatever the weather will be. That's great. Like I remember going to West Hampton Mall, and that had a huge indoor theme park and a water park. Unfortunately, we didn't go to the theme park because at the time there was an accident on the roller coaster. I'll be back in a second. It's getting too warm today. Putting back. Okay, so let's see if follow path is set. If my past self did that when car is going down, let's just see path. So it sets follow path equals true if it is following one of these paths. So this was that thing I was talking about earlier where I kind of said I could just say if they have a path to follow. That might be more accurate. Let's try that out. Get a third car in there so I can see everything at the start of the match. We are still It's still trying to... Oh, wait, no. Maybe... Okay, so I think he was following path points there, but then after it went over a jump, it's basically I have it so when it goes over a jump, it'll find a new roaming point, but that doesn't work with when it's following a path. So I think that car was following a path very briefly. And then once it went over the jump, it stopped following the path. So that one jumps right away, and it's like, woo. But the other one at the bottom right, so that's working for a bit until it goes over the jump, so... Basically, when it goes over a boost pad, and if the path to follow is 0, it can search again, but if not, it's going to keep following the path. This is the part needed for when I was roaming around. I have to find out why it stopped following a path. Is that related to it? So I have this found boost pad variable, but what was... Something's being turned off over a jump, and I have to remember what it is. Okay, it gives a boost jump. It gives boost speed. I'm just going to write it here for easy notes. Then we have to find the code for when it lands, what's being turned off again. Yeah, next one I'll do one while drawing the new the update for this claw. I want to draw like a different base and arm for it. That might be an easier stream to do too. So I think these two, this boost jump and found boost pad, one of those is probably causing the issue. One thing now with Game Maker, I used it in Steam for the longest time, and then I tried logging back in through just the regular way. And then I worked on Carpoon for a day. So now the Steam version is older. It's not updated as quickly, so I couldn't go back to the Steam version. I didn't feel like updating it, so it's good. It's bad in a way that I can't track the time accurately that I'm working on it every week or two. But it's good that I don't have to worry about turning off Game Maker all the time, and I don't want to be tracking time inaccurately. Like there's different time tracking software and stuff too if I wanted to. Like the like Tom Francis's timer for kind of a reminder to take a break. So it's saying, I think my path to follow might be turned on again, but follow path, found boost pad equals false. So what was turning on again? Yeah, no, it was false. Now is the boost pad making found boost pad true at some point. I'm gonna do the lazy way and just do a search for it. Wow, it's like it's finding something that used to be there but isn't. No, here it is. It didn't skip down to it. So if I can't find this easily, I'm going to try just turning this part off and see what happens. Yeah, it seems to be the only part where it's set to follow a path, so one thing I can do is I can show those different variables while it's roaming around. I'll see if one of them turns off. That might be the way to do it. It's kind of handy to have debug text. Like, I find it hard to actually use a debugger. That's one thing I have to figure out more of, to go frame by frame. It's a little easier for me when I see the variables happening live. So I'll try to show an example of that now. I was hoping to have more testing of the path variables today, but no, as always, there's always a little bit more that needs to be worked on. Let's see. Let's see what's going. Let's see what's happening here now. That's a lot of flickering. Let me. So. Okay. Obviously, those are turning on. Let's try to get a better look of it. Look at it again. So he's following a path first. Jumps. He loses all the path points after. So why does it stop following that path I set up, I wonder? Doesn't look like there's any thing that, it's like a perfect loop, so it's not stopping. It's definitely related to the boost pad. Okay, so follow path. That's the first one, I believe. That has to be true. And the other two have to be false. Oh, that's confusing. That's confusing to have it set up like that. But so it's the path following is turning off. So if I have basically it's following a path and its path to follow isn't 0. I don't want it to stop following a path. Probably only go till about 7 today because I'm finding that as I expected. I was hoping to sleep 1 more hour, and I didn't. So it's actually up earlier than the start of the stream working on this, but now I'm fading a bit. Well, I think this is it's being turned off somewhere else. I think probably finding this boost pad. I think it's the found boost pad might be becoming true or something. So there's one part in the middle that's ruining things. I think this is probably it, where it removes the target parking spot. So I'm going to try, if it's following a path, not to do that. If take a look. It's much easier at times building things just from the beginning than having to go back and seeing if some variable is being turned off in some place I didn't expect. Okay, green car at the bottom. Will you keep going? No, he's just driving off again. The red car. The red car is following the path. But why did he start roaming all of a sudden? Was that just random that it was following the path? Add in some more time to take a look. See, all of a sudden it searches for that one. Well, that's too bad. Maybe I'll just add some more paths for a bit. I'm gonna think about this. So did I have a top loop yet? Nope. I might have to add a new path for the top loop idea I had. It does show different curves on this, but the main thing is that it actually just follows the points. Try and follow the conveyor belt a little bit without getting pulled into the jump. Might as well just close the loop. Yeah, it's kind of easier to read as straight lines. Like the path itself is named a bit differently than the layer. That's always... I just try to keep them the same so I know which one they are. Back in a second. Let's draw that lower path. No, I did not want an instance layer. Head around the canister and make it back. There we go. That should be good. Now I have to set it up. I have to name them accordingly for when they're created. Perhaps the biggest advantage of streaming this is it stops me from just wanting to browse the internet every 5 seconds. All right, now where I set up these case these case numbers. Right here. Okay, whoop. Can I move this up easily? Let's see. Yeah, a little bit. Try to keep the new ones all together. With 10 waves in all, once I get this path following working, I think it'll be pretty quick. I think sometimes when I put a decimal point for speed, it treats it differently. I forget how though, so I'm gonna remove that. Just naming these so it's easier for me to find out or remember what they are later on. Oh, see you, Oscar. Have a great weekend. Enjoy that theme park. Thanks for watching. I'll be heading out for a walk pretty soon too, just to think about what's making the path going wrong, and it looks pretty nice out too. Sometimes when stuck in a programming problem or just need some sort of creative idea, a walk is always the best solution. Now I do want 2 cars in each one. So I'll just duplicate it. Kind of regretting not going TR instead of top right, but it's okay. I did set up a way, I see that reverse comment for cars to go reverse around a path. That's one thing I consider later, but I got it set up for now. remember taking a Java games course, like a summer camp, and I think I didn't know about copy and paste at that point. The sort of student teacher was doing that, and definitely learning that was great. Saved the most time for me after, but there's a lot of people there, and it's hard to actually finish game during a small course. But I did, and the teacher used it as an example. That was nice. It's just a side-scrolling shooter, and it had like another, like sort of AI doppelganger of the player. Let's just test it out and see what happens. No, I'd say normally with jet lag, I'm pretty much over it. Yet I just keep waking up early. Oh, there's a crash. Start wave. I think I've just entered in something that doesn't exist. Yeah, I added all the cars to the old, to the wrong wave. So they probably didn't like that. I hope that's it. I don't have to do this line by line, but just kind of a bit easier to read. Something tells me I ruined wave 6, but I'll see quickly. Whoa. That's... I pressed the Xbox button on the old 360 controller I have. It's not a Steam button. Okay, just drove off. He's just on the edge and he's alive. I've never seen that before. Let's see what happens to the player truck. So those I don't boost, so it's easier to drop them, and it's up to the player to stay alive. I'm pretty sure that when I revisit this, will be something that's like, aha, it's super easy to figure out. Kind of like what happened last week. There's a bug now where sometimes the music plays twice, which I can hear right now. That was something where sometimes it was stopping, so I tried to search, is music playing? And if it's not, play it, but yeah, it's not good if I hear it twice. Well, I'm going to go on a walk now and see if I can figure this out for why they're not following the paths exactly and work out that bottom jump to have it keep going. But, thanks for tuning in, and I put some links in the description today. Like if you want to wish list it on Steam, that would be appreciated. Game Carpoon that I'm working on. And hopefully I'll decide if I want to do this again on Saturday. Or see if I can have some friends join in to kind of live stream a game session. But that's about it. And until next time, have a great weekend.